artists, it's October, the greatest month of the year, which means that it is also Inktober. And today is the first day of Inktober, so therefore we have our first prompt. So you're probably thinking, what is it? For those of you who don't know what Inktober is, it means artists all over the internet are drawing from prompt lists, mostly Halloween related. There's Drawoween, Pintober, Orktober, Goreween, many others. I can go on all day. Last year I did Drawoween and had a lot of fun. This year I'm doing Inktober. So every day I'm going to be doing a live painting online and then maybe doing a speed painting with a voiceover, much like this one. So today's word is poisonous, and we're going to do a quick sketch and then go over it with micron pens and then use some alcoholic markers. I've decided to share with you the story of the Ghost Girls. My beautiful radium, Marie Curie once said about the element that made her famous, winning her 2 Nobel Prizes. The new element radium, which was discovered by Marie Curie 20 years before a ghost girl ever picked up a paintbrush. She had suffered radiation burns and ended up dying in 1934 from the radium. It had a lot of commercial uses, such as high-end spas, and was treated as a magical cure-all for its ability to break down cancer cells. Although in this case it was way diluted enough not to be toxic for the common consumer. In the book Radium Girl, written by Kate Moore, there is a quote. The work, she explained, was interesting and far higher type than usual factory work. The girls made good money in a time and had financial freedom in a time where that was rare during the Roaring '20s. They even sometimes would make more than their fathers. These girls were picked because of their small hands and were very young. The girls who worked in the factory used a glow-in-the-dark paint to paint clocks. They were told that the paint was harmless and was encouraged to practice lip pointing, where they would put the brush in between their lips, pull it out to make a point to get into those small little details. It glowed because of the radium. The girls were given the name the Ghost Girls because they glowed at the end of the night. Upon leaving their factories, their bodies glowed with the radium. The girls were unaware of the risk of the paint. They would paint their nails and teeth to glow while they went to the dance hall, to let others know that they were working at the factory because it was considered sexy and exciting. Amelia Molly Margaret started working there at just 19. Much like many of the other girls, she was very young. She started having pains in her mouth and ended up with a strange infection. The doctor pulled out bone out of her jaw, not by surgery, but by simply reaching in and pulling out a chunk of jaw. She died at the age of 24 on September 12th in 1922. The paint had eaten through her flesh, through her throat, and it opened up her jugular. Grace Fryer led the fight for the painters' rights, but it was a high-paying job that gave the women financial freedom at a time where that was rare for women. She had a hard time finding a lawyer. Finally, she found one to take up her case in 1927. Raymond Barry. The girls were accused of pawning off their medical bills to their employers, and it was difficult to find proof linking the girls' illness to the paint. It wouldn't be till Catherine Wolfwell, with a tumor much like Amelia had, giving evidence on her deathbed to link the paint to the illness. She went to court despite her doctor telling her not to, and was a social outcast because she was taking on a job-providing company during the Great Depression. Her and 4 others sued the company and ended up winning, but it was too late for many of the factory workers. In the end, it was a big win not only for women in the factory, but workers everywhere. A company was held accountable for its employees' health, leading to more regulations. Ultimately, the establishment of the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, also known as OSHA. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed me talking about the Ghost Girls, and make sure to come back tomorrow when I do another video on Tranquil. Alright, I'm also on Instagram at z.girl.hr. Alright, please leave in your comments what you guys came up with for the word poisonous, or if you guys had any cool ideas. Alright, I definitely would love to see them. Thank you so much for listening, and have a great October.